For decades, the American consumer has been sold a very specific, very expensive lie. It's the idea of purity. You see the frosted glass, the images of pristine, snowy mountains, and the words distilled 6 times, or handmade. You pay $40 a bottle because you believe you're buying a clean spirit that won't leave you incapacitated the next morning. But behind the velvet ropes and the celebrity endorsements lies a molecular reality that the federal government and the billion-dollar spirits conglomerates don't want you to investigate. We've been conditioned to think vodka is just water and ethanol. But a deep dive into TTB federal records, independent lab findings, and the chemistry of mass-scale fermentation reveals a darker truth. Many of the most popular brands on U.S. shelves aren't premium at all. They are industrial-grade alcohol, often derived from GMO corn sprayed with glyphosate, masked with legal chemical additives, and refined using methods more suited for fuel than for your body. In this investigation, we are putting the industry on trial. We are exposing 8 toxic brands that are essentially industrial waste in a tuxedo, and 4 safe brands that actually respect your biology. Stay with me until the end, because the #1 toxic brand isn't a cheap bottom-shelf bottle. It's a household name that fought a federal lawsuit to keep lying to you, and won. The science of the sting. Before we name the first defendant, we have to understand the crime. Why does one vodka feel like clean energy while another feels like a biological attack? Think of distillation like a high-stakes security checkpoint at a crowded stadium. In a perfect world, the master distiller is the security guard, meticulously checking IDs and kicking out the troublemakers, compounds like acetaldehyde, methanol, and fusel alcohols. These are the toxic byproducts of fermentation that trigger oxidative stress, throbbing headaches, and that poisoned feeling in your gut. In a true craft process, these toxins are cut and thrown away. But in the industrial world, those toxins are just extra volume, and volume equals profit. Steel manning the industry. The accessibility. Argument. Now let's be fair for a moment to steel man the perspective of these massive corporations. They argue that they provide a service to the American public. By using massive 24/7 continuous column stills, monsters that stand 10 stories high, they can produce millions of gallons of vodka at a price point that is accessible to every American. They claim that by following the legal, neutral grain spirit guidelines, they are providing exactly what the law requires, a spirit without character, aroma, or taste. They aren't trying to hurt you. They're trying to keep the bar stocked for $12 a handle. But legal does not mean healthy, and accessible does not mean safe. We start at the bottom of the shelf where the price is the only selling point, but the cost you save at the register is paid for by your liver. Bernett's is a staple of college dorms, but it's a masterclass in underdistillation. In 2019, independent investigations into mass-market corn spirits found traces of glyphosate, the primary ingredient in Roundup weed killer, surviving the distillation process. Because Bernett's relies on the cheapest industrial corn available in the U.S., the raw material is often the lowest grade, but the real smoking gun is the smell. That sharp nail polish remover sting? That's not strong alcohol. That is acetaldehyde. When you drink this, your liver has to convert it into acetic acid. If the vodka is already loaded with it because the company didn't bother to cut the heads during distillation, you are essentially preloading your body with the very toxin that causes hangovers. You aren't just drinking, you're struggling to survive the drink. New Amsterdam is the ultimate value-seeker trap. It looks modern, it claims to be 5 times distilled, and it's priced just high enough to feel like a step-up. But the prosecution submits that this is a legally engineered concealment. Under federal law, specifically 27 CFR 5.22, vodka producers are allowed to add up to 2 grams of sugar and citric acid per liter without listing it on the label. Why does this matter? Because industrial vodka made in a continuous column has a harsh, metallic bite. To hide this, New Amsterdam utilizes these additives to manipulate your palate. When you sip it, you're not tasting purity. You're tasting a chemical mask that makes industrial ethanol feel smoother than it actually is. For the health-conscious consumer, this is a double whammy. You're getting the metabolic stress of the alcohol and the hidden spike of unlisted sugars that further inflame your system. We have established the investigative tone, the health-conscious science, and the steel man defense. We are now ready to move into the mid-tier luxury deceptions, Grey Goose Titos, and finally the 4 safe brands. If Bernett's is the warning, Popov is the hazard. Frequently found in the well of your favorite local dive bar, this brand exists for one reason: absolute bottom-line margin. But when you analyze the chemistry of a spirit priced this low, you find compounds that belong in a garage, not a glass. During the rapid, high-heat fermentation used in mass-market spirits, the yeast produces more than just ethanol. It produces acetone. Yes, the same chemical in nail polish remover. In high-end distillation, acetone is the first thing removed, but because Popov is produced at such massive scales with minimal refinement, trace amounts of these industrial solvents often remain. When you smell that sharp, stinging chemical note in a cheap rail drink, your nose is literally warning your brain that you are about to ingest a solvent. Your liver is forced to prioritize the removal of these congeners before it can even start on the alcohol, which is why a single drink of Popov can feel like a 3-day flu. Pinnacle marketed itself to the value seeker who wanted a fun experience. With flavors like whipped cream and Cinnabon, it feels less like a spirit and more like a dessert. But for the health-conscious consumer, Pinnacle is a Trojan horse. To achieve those hypersweet profiles, Pinnacle relies on synthetic flavor carriers, specifically propylene glycol. While the FDA considers this generally recognized as safe, it is a petroleum-derived compound used to stabilize artificial tastes. More importantly, let's talk about the metabolic load. A single shot of flavored Pinnacle can contain up to 15 grams of added sugar. In the US, the recommended daily limit for added sugar is 25 grams for women. 2 shots of this fun vodka and you've exceeded your sugar limit while simultaneously paralyzing your liver's ability to regulate blood glucose. It's a metabolic train wreck that explains why sugar hangovers are notoriously the most painful. Svedka is a masterclass in geographical deception. It uses its Swedish heritage to signal Nordic purity. But if you swirl Svedka in a glass, you might notice something strange. The liquid seems thick, oily, and leaves heavy legs on the glass. In the world of premium spirits, viscosity or mouthfeel is usually a sign of high-quality ingredients like potato or rye. However, Svedka uses a shortcut. The prosecution submits that Svedka, like many industrial brands, utilizes glycerin. Glycerin is a thick sugar alcohol additive used to smooth out the harsh bite of cheap continuous column ethanol. The analogy: imagine you're buying a used car with a rusted, rattling engine. Instead of fixing the engine, the dealer just puts a fresh, thick coat of shiny paint on the exterior and sprays new car scent inside. The paint makes it look smooth, but the underlying machinery is still failing. Glycerin is the shiny paint of the vodka world. It coats your tongue so you don't feel the burn of the impurities, but those impurities are still headed straight for your bloodstream. Absolut is perhaps the most successful status symbol in the history of spirits. For decades, it was the gold standard. But in 2005, the New York Times conducted a rigorous blind tasting with world-class experts. The result? Absolut, the premium, expensive icon, was consistently beaten by bottom-shelf budget brands. How is this possible? Because Absolut is owned by Pernod Ricard, a global conglomerate that prioritizes volume. They use single-pass industrial distillation. Instead of multiple runs through copper stills to isolate the cleanest alcohol, they blast the wheat mash through a massive factory column. This leaves behind high levels of fusel alcohols. These are heavy, oily fermentation byproducts. When you drink Absolut, you aren't paying for a cleaner spirit. You are paying back the multi-million-dollar advertising budget used to convince you that it's premium. Grey Goose wasn't created by a master distiller in France. It was created in 1997 by an American businessman named Sidney Frank. Frank realized that Americans had a psychological flaw. We believe that if something is expensive, it must be better. He found a factory in France, simply because the Made in France label signaled luxury, and he intentionally priced it $20 higher than the market leader. This created what economists call a Veblen good, a product where demand increases because the price is high. There is no molecular evidence that Grey Goose is cleaner than its competitors. In fact, it is a standard, industrially produced wheat ethanol. You are paying a 400% markup for a psychological feeling of status. It's a brilliant marketing trick, but for the value seeker, it is a total loss. Finally, we reach the biggest deception of all: Tito's Handmade Vodka. The rustic paper label and the small batch story have made it the #1 selling spirit in America. But the handmade claim was the subject of a massive federal class action lawsuit. Why? Because Tito's produces over 120 million bottles a year. The prosecution submits: human hands do not distill 120 million bottles. Tito's is produced in massive, automated industrial columns regulated by computer screens in a control room. During the lawsuit, Judge Robert Hinkle eventually dismissed the case, not because Tito's was handmade, but because he ruled that a reasonable consumer should know that a multi-billion-dollar company isn't actually making vodka in a small pot in the backyard. You are paying a craft premium for a product that is molecularly identical to the mid-shelf industrial corn vodka you were trying to avoid. The handmade label is a legally protected fiction. Now that we've cleared the toxic defendants off the table, who can you actually trust? If you are a health-conscious consumer who wants the cleanest metabolic experience, you have to look for two things: copper pot distillation and real raw materials. Safe pick. Number 1. Chopin Potato Vodka, the gold standard. Unlike the industrial corn used in the toxic list, Chopin uses locally grown Stobra potatoes from Poland. It takes 40 potatoes to make a single bottle. Why does this matter? Potatoes have a complex starch structure that creates a naturally creamy mouthfeel. Chopin doesn't need to add glycerin or sugar because the biology of the potato provides the texture. They use traditional copper pot stills, which naturally strip away the sulfur and toxins that cause hangovers. It is one of the few brands that consistently wins double gold in blind tastings where the labels are hidden. Safe pick number 2, Boyd and Blair, the narrow heart cut. This is for the American patriot who wants true craft. Based in Pennsylvania, Boyd and Blair is the antithesis of Tito's. They use a narrow heart cut. The analogy: think of a steak. The heads and tails of a distillation are like the gristle and the fat. They taste bad, and they make you sick. Mass-market brands include the gristle to make more money. Boyd and Blair's master distiller physically tastes every batch and cuts away everything but the center, the filet mignon of the alcohol. It is zero additive, potato-based, and molecularly pristine. Safe pick number 3, Belvedere, the rye specialist. If you prefer grain over potato, Belvedere is the health-conscious choice. They follow the Polish vodka legal decree, which is the strictest in the world. It forbids the addition of any sugar, glycerin, or citric acid. What you see is what you get. Made from Dankowski Gold rye, it is distilled 4 times in small batches. It offers the luxury status of Grey Goose, but with a verifiable additive-free chemical structure. Safe pick number 4, Woody Creek, the farm-to-bottle hero. Located in Colorado, Woody Creek grows their own potatoes right next to the distillery. They distill their vodka exactly once. Wait, only once? Yes, because their raw material is so high quality and their copper stills are so efficient, they don't need to strip the flavor 5 or 6 times. When a brand says distilled 10 times, they are usually admitting their starting material was so low grade they had to wash it 10 times to make it drinkable. Woody Creek gets it right the first time. The verdict is clear. In the U.S. spirits market, the price on the tag rarely reflects the quality in the bottle. You are either paying for a marketing team's salary or you are paying for a distiller's craftsmanship. Check your cabinet. Are you pouring a handmade lie or a heart-cut truth? If this investigation helped you see through the frosted glass, hit that like button and subscribe. We are dedicated to exposing the hidden science of the products you consume every day. Drop a comment below. Which brand surprised you the most? And what industry should we put on trial next? Stay sharp, stay skeptical, and I'll see you in the next investigation.